In the dusty town of Kafin Madaki, tucked between dry savanna fields and ancient mud walls in northern Nigeria, 24-year-old Zainab Musa dreamed of a life far removed from politics. She wanted to finish her national diploma, open a small tailoring shop, and help her widowed mother raise her two younger brothers. Her laughter was soft, her eyes observant, and her kindness made people trust her easily. Politics, however, had crept into every corner of Kafin Madaki like Harmattan dust. Two rival political parties, the Unity Front and the Northern People's Congress, had turned the town into a battlefield of whispers, threats, and midnight meetings. Campaign posters covered cracked walls. Loudspeakers blared promises that meant little to people struggling to eat. What once were friendly neighbors now watched each other with suspicion. Zainab's only mistake was her bloodline. Her late father had once been a respected grassroots organizer for the Unity Front. Though he died years earlier, his name still carried weight and danger. Zainab herself was not politically active, but in times of rivalry, neutrality was often seen as betrayal. The day she vanished. It was a Wednesday afternoon when Zainab disappeared. She had gone to the market to deliver a sewn dress to a customer. Witnesses later said she was seen near the motor park, speaking briefly with two men on a motorcycle. They looked ordinary, caps pulled low, faces calm. No one screamed. No one suspected anything. By evening, she had not returned home. Her mother, Hawa, waited by the doorway until darkness swallowed the street. When the call to the night prayer echoed and Zainab was still missing, fear settled into her bones. By morning, the town knew. Searches began. Her photo circulated on WhatsApp groups. Hawa walked from house to house, her wrapper dusty, her voice breaking as she asked the same question over and over again. "Have you seen my daughter?" The political game. 3 days later, a message arrived. It was a voice note sent from an unknown number. The voice was cold, deliberate. "Tell your people to withdraw from the race. Politics has consequences." The message ended with a muffled sob. Zainab's voice. Hawa collapsed. Party leaders denied involvement. Each side blamed the other. Meetings were held behind closed doors. Promises were made. Bargains were discussed. Not about saving a life, but about winning an election. Zainab was no longer a human being to them. She was leverage. Zainab's final days. In captivity, Zainab was kept in an abandoned farmhouse far from town. Her hands were tied, her eyes often blindfolded. She begged, she cried. She told them she knew nothing about politics. It did not matter. She overheard arguments between her captors, men arguing about loyalty, money, and orders from above. She realized then that she was trapped in a war she never chose. On the fifth night, she was allowed to pray. Witnesses would later say her prayer mat was found folded neatly beside her body. The murder. When negotiations failed and tensions escalated, panic set in among her captors. Fear of exposure outweighed fear of God. Zainab was killed quietly, no ceremony, no mercy. Her body was dumped by a dry riverbank at the edge of the town, wrapped in a torn campaign banner stained with blood. Aftermath. A herder found her at dawn. The cry that followed shattered Kafin Madaki. Hawa's scream when she saw her daughter's body was said to silence even the birds. Women wailed. Men lowered their heads in shame. Social media erupted. Politicians released carefully worded statements filled with condolences and condemnations. No one was convicted. Investigations stalled. Files went missing. Witnesses suddenly forgot what they saw. Elections were held as scheduled. Life moved on. But Hawa never did. She sat every evening by the doorway, staring at the road Zainab once walked, clutching her daughter's last unfinished dress. The sewing machine remained silent, covered in dust. The moral silence. Zainab Musa did not die because she was guilty. She died because power was more valuable than human life. In Kafin Madaki, campaign banners still flap in the wind, but beneath them lies a truth the town will forever carry. When politics loses its humanity, the innocent pay the highest price.